Hello, everyone. It's Catherine Chong here, and welcome to our Fertility Nutrition TV, where you will learn all about nutrition tips for fertility and pregnancy. Now, today I'm so excited because I have my dear friend who is a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, and her name is Physician Kao, joining me today, chatting all about Chinese medicine and how it can work alongside with Western nutrition to help you to increase your fertility. Let's welcome my friend Physician Kao.
Hello, Catherine. Hello, everyone. I'm Physician Chong.
Hello, Physician Kao. Wow, I guess not a lot of people know we have known each other for so long. I think it's like more than 15 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we both actually grew up in the same hometown. We studied at the same high school, and now we are sitting here chatting with each other about how we can help women with fertility issue, and we share the same passion and interest in helping them to help them to enhance their fertility and to get pregnant. So, which is so excited to chat with you today. Now, Physician Kao, can you share with our audience today a little bit on what you do, who you serve, and how your journey started to become a TCM practitioner?
Yeah, sure. I'm a TCM physician with 10 years of experience. Besides TCM, I have also equipped with biomedical sciences knowledge. My field of interest would be in TCM gynecology, infertility treatment, internal medicine, and also acupuncture. I was trained in Beijing and I worked in Singapore for about 3 years. And now I'm working in a TCM practice place called Kangshen, and I consult clients one-to-one in person or virtually.
Oh, fantastic. Now, in my experience, Physician Carl, both of us working with fertility clients, and certainly a lot of clients or patients are actually also seeking IVF treatment as well. And I have came across some of my patients actually also seeking Chinese medicine or even like acupuncture help to as an adjunct therapy to help them to increase their fertility. So can you give us an overview? What exactly is traditional Chinese medicine and how different it is compared to the Western approach?
Yeah, sure. So, in order to understand the role in TCM in treating infertility, first of all, we need to understand the basic fundamental of TCM, which is the concept of yin and yang. So in TCM, generally we believe that the imbalance of yin and yang that cause the disease. So I will let you know what it means by yin and yang. So yin and yang refers to a concept originating in ancient Chinese philosophy where the opposite forces are seen as interconnected and counterbalancing. So for example, yin, right, for is Chinese for female or moon, and represents darkness, femininity, passivity, and the earth. So yang represents sun, male, and represents light, masculinity, activity, and also heavens.
Wow, so fascinating. So I guess, can you give us an example? Because you mentioned about treating body imbalances. What exactly, body imbalances means? Can you give us some specific example?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So basically in infertility field, the advantages of TCM will be treating the functional problem rather than organ problem. Okay, I will give example what is meant by functional problem. For instance, a couple has gone through all the examination that are required to do for fertility, like ultrasound, HSG, semen analysis, hormone test, all the tests, etc. But they found out everything is normal, very normal, but they just can't get a baby. So this is what we call by functional problem, meaning that there's no problem with that organ, there's no lump, but it's the organ function that goes haywire. So this is what we meant by imbalance of yin and yang.
Wow. So how does that then, in your typical consultations or assessment sessions, looks like when you do your one-on-one consultation with your patient?
Yeah. So actually for TCM, right, our diagnostic method is quite complicated. I need to spend about 2 days to
Wow.
explain to you. Okay,
Okay.
but to keep it short, generally we assess the patients based on 4 diagnostic technique, which is inspection, listening and smelling, inquiry, and also palpitation, which means that take the pulse. So inspection includes looking at the person's complexion and also tongue. And listening and smelling includes listening to how the person converse, any abnormality in sounds or smell from the body. Palpitation is very easy. We say that palpitation means taking the pulse of that person. So using these 4 diagnostic technique, we will come into a conclusion which organ is the main problem or the root that cause the illnesses. So for instance, in this infertility field, for female part, most of the common diagnostic are, first one is cold womb. Cold womb, which means that the womb is cold in nature, so which means in deficiency of yang. And the second one is kidney deficiency. The third one is the stagnation of qi in liver. The fourth one is excess of dampness. And the fifth one will be blood clots.
Yeah. So I think that one of the important thing is really to have that one-on-one consultation, isn't it? To have a formal assessment to find out exactly what is the key, I guess, problems with that, patients, and then come up with a proper treatment plan. So it's very similar like a fertility dietitian consult as well, so that we can customize to each patient needs. So thank you for sharing that, Physician Carl. Now, something really something really interests me is when I, during the time after I gave birth to my son, and I was lucky that to have my mom flew all the way from Malaysia to stay with me to help me with the postpartum, the Chinese confinement diet. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the confinement diet, so basically is the diet the first 40 days after you gave birth, and in Chinese culture is such a big things, isn't it, Physician Carl? And during that time, I remember my mom actually said to me, specifically very strict on me to avoid all the cooling food and make sure that I have most of my food is the warming foods. So I'm curious to learn from you, what exactly is warm foods or cooling food, and how does it actually impact a woman's body?
Yeah, first of all, Catherine, I'm so glad that you had your confinement in traditional Chinese way. It's good to have this. We say all the restriction for eating those warm food instead of cold food. So I will share more on what is cold and warm food means.
Yeah.
So in TCM, we actually make use of the nature of the herbs to treat the imbalances in body. So herbs that are generally warm in nature helps to treat the deficiency of yang. So herbs that is cold in nature helps to treat the excess of yang. Likewise, right, food also have warm and cold nature. So I will give example of food which are also common herbs used in TCM. So these foods are very common in our life, which is when we say that it's a food and also it's herbs. So red dates. Okay, you know red dates, right?
Yeah, it's
you like
very
to
common.
Red dates?
Yeah.
Red dates, right, is a food that we call is warm in nature. So chrysanthemum, you also know, right? Yeah. Chrysanthemum, which is the yellow color one, it's an example of food that is cold in nature. Yes. So as a physician, we will assess the patient, your body constitution, whether they are we say the yin excess or yang excess. For the patient who got this we say cold womb, which means the deficiency of yang, so it's more suitable to drink more warm food like red dates food. So for those patients, women who is cold in nature, who had cold womb, we will advise this person to eat more warm food. But in another way, in the opposite way, if the person have excess of yang, which means that it's very hot body, okay, and in the layman terms means hot body. So we will prescribe more cooling herbs or cooling foods like chrysanthemum type.
Oh, that's fantastic. I already learned so much from you. So I guess that a lot of our audience today are dying to know what exactly are the top diet tips you can give, like, in terms of the traditional Chinese medicine. What are the food that can actually help to boost fertility?
Yeah, so to boost fertility, normally we will advise all the patients, whether it's female or male, please do not eat cold food or food that is cold in nature. This is because the consumption of cold food for long term, right, will cause cold womb, which will affect fertility, especially the implantation of the embryo. So cold food means what? Means that food that is kept in the fridge. For example, we like to drink cold drinks, ice cream. Yeah, that's all no. Okay, food that is cold in nature includes like raw food like salad, white colored food like Chinese cabbage, Chinese radish, melon, and etc.
Yeah, and just curious, is there a time that you advise them to start this practice? Like, is it a month before or 3 months before?
It's advisable to start all these nutrition or this type of, we say, the food diet. It's better to start like 6 months before or at least 4 months before.
Yeah. I think it's very similar in Western nutrition too. We know that in order to optimize egg quality or sperm health, it takes roughly about 3 months. So certainly looking at the time frame, I guess we both agree that the earlier you can start, the better. And we both still want you guys to enjoy lots and lots of, different type of fresh fruits and vegetables, because it's naturally rich in antioxidants, nutrients. But I guess in the TCM practice, it's more looking at their different food properties, and you are advisable to avoiding most of the cooling food to help to enhance their fertility, isn't it? All right, then moving on. Next, tip number 2, Physician Carl, what else can you share with our audience today?
Okay, sure. So we know that female, right, we got menses every month. So due to the blood loss every month through menses, so we advise all the women, you can eat more food that will increase the blood and increase the qi that can boost the fertility. So here I will give some example of food that can boost fertility. These food are warm food as well, so which is good. Okay, so all the example of food that will increase the blood is the first one is red dates. Red dates is very good. Okay, the second one is red beans. The third one, longan. Okay, longan. And the fourth one is the brown sugar. So all these food is red color, so it's similar to our blood color. So red food is good to increase the blood.
So you're actually also looking at like the different color type of food group, isn't it? That's so similar to Western nutrition as well. We often also advise our patients, you need to include as much as, different colorful groups of fruits and vegetables in their diet. Now, how would you advise our audience to consume or to take this ingredient? Is it as a snack, or is it in a meal, or is it in a drink?
Okay, like what I mentioned, if red dates and longan, you can consume it as a snack or put it into hot water. So as for red bean and brown sugar, you can cook it for about 15 minutes and consume it as a nice dessert because it's sweet.
Yeah. And I just, as a friendly reminder for everyone here, if you do have any problems with sugar issue, in particularly blood sugar issue, you may wanna, keep it to a smaller amount of this food because it does contain carbohydrate, like the sugar naturally present in the food. Just so then we are still managing your blood sugar in so then we are controlling your blood sugar level as well at the same time. All right, then moving on, tips number 3, Physician Carl, what else can you share with our audience?
Okay, yeah. So the third tips is in TCM, we also believe that black color food can boost fertility. Why I say so? Because in TCM, kidney dominates reproduction. So black color food tonics the kidney. So black color foods can boost the fertility. So I will give example of black food which can help in fertility. The first one is mulberry. Again, you know mulberry,
Yeah.
black beans, and
Yeah.
black wolfberry. These all are black color foods which can help fertility.
Oh, that is something so interesting because, like for me, I often also advise my patients to include the fruits and vegetables which are in blue, black, or purple colors, such as blueberry, blackberry, or mulberry, purple cabbage, or even eggplant. The reason why is in Western nutrition, we know that it's very rich in an antioxidant called anthocyanins. In particularly, it can also help to boost the antioxidant level and is ideal for fertility as well. It's just great to know that, I guess that working along side by side with traditional Chinese medicine practitioner who specialize in fertility. It's good that we can help to customize the nutrition plan based on the patient's needs, and we can further enhance that fertility chances for our patients. So is there anything else, Physician Gao, you want to share with our audience today?
Yeah, just a little bit else to add in. So I will advise everyone, it is best to consult a TCM fish practitioner before you taking any herbs. So as I mentioned, we will assess your body constitution, diagnose your problem before we prescribe a prescription tailored for you. So besides taking traditional herbs, I also do acupuncture to maximize fertility and increase the success rate of IVF. So acupuncture actually, you will like very interested to know how acupuncture helps fertility. Basically, acupuncture will increase the blood flow to the uterus and also relaxes all the muscles around the pelvic area, hence making implantation of embryo more likely. And also acupuncture helps to maximize fertility through improving the ovulation and also reducing all the inflammation around the pelvic area. Yeah, so just a little bit to add on, Catherine.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure that my audience will find it so useful. I already know that a lot of them are interested about, the Chinese medicine and also would love to also know about the acupuncture treatment and how it can help them with their IVF journey. So thank you so much, Physician Carl, for sharing all your fabulous knowledge and your wonderful experience with us today. Now, tell me, how can people find you?
Okay, lastly, thank you, Catherine, for inviting me. So if you want to find me, you can find me at Kangshan Chinese Medical and Acupuncture Center, located in Paradigm Mall, Johor Bahru, Malaysia. I also do online consultation through Zoom. So you can find me in these two places. Make sure you follow our Facebook page and our IG page for other useful tips.
And I will definitely add on your link as well down the description box below. And I hope all of you enjoyed our episode today. Don't forget, if you like our video today, please share or tag your friend and subscribe to our channel. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I will see you again next week at the same place. Bye for now.
Bye.